What's up, everyone? Anyways, I am Josh Lee. I'm your host, and welcome to another How to Let's Draw, episode 6. And this is part 2 to the Agumon, Let's Draw Agumon series. And we did the prerequisite last time, if you remember, and that was to draw Agumon, right? Now, I'm still going to keep my cheat here just in case to figure out if there's anything that will go wrong. But this particular stage, I probably won't be using that cheat only because I don't need to. Probably not even the next one because these particular spots I'm going to go ahead and handle, and I'm going to do it in my own style. I'm just going to keep it there just for references. But from here on out, you're probably going to see a little bit more choppier, more clean choppier, I should say, editing. Yeah, I'll probably start with the next transition here from here on out, just so you guys can get a little bit more of a cleaner cut and a better visual. So you won't see me draw all in one area, draw all in one area where it's just a flat panel shot like you see right now. But you will eventually see that, especially in this video, where it chops off, you're going to see a little bit of me drawing. You see me probably narrating, and then boom, you'll see a picture on there. So, and that's just a breakdown in time, so I don't have to use it and utilize almost all your guys' time. So, anyways, yeah. So yeah, if you guys are watching me here on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Google Plus, wherever it may be, welcome. And yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see here, I have all my pens ready, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that in this particular study because this is the inking stage, and I got to teach you guys how to ink properly. So yeah, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so from here, like you said, we're going to go ahead and start doing inking. So with inking, we need pens, and I have two different type of pens. One of them are the micron pens. These are more for professional layout pens. This is for like professional finish drawings that you would do for like comics and stuff. So I don't know if we'll necessarily use these. If we do, you'll probably see me and I'll let you guys know. But if you were to use these are the only ones you would need, obviously, because you have all the styles of sizes. So this one's being 0.5, being tiny, and it only gets gradually bigger from there. So you can see 0.1, which is more of a fine finish. And this one is called the brush. I don't ever use the brush, very rarely if I do. It's for like specialty stuff. But the pens I'm probably going to use this time are less professional. But they're just as good quality. They're just not a professional brand. But Micron, I highly suggest you guys get those if you want to do some really clean, fine finishes. But this one is not as refined as those guys, but they're just as good quality. These guys are the hybrid Technica Patel pens, and they're just as good. Just they're less known, but they're not for professional finishes. So, so yeah, and I'm probably gonna have to use that micron, one of the microns, because it doesn't go up to 1. So I'll probably grab that one actually real quick and just put it over here. So that one I'm gonna need to do for line thickening. This is my my signing pen, so when I get done, I'll probably sign with it. My first time probably using that. Otherwise, the other things we use will be this this eraser, pencil eraser, electric eraser, and a normal top pen eraser, and I'll show you guys that when time comes. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start off with our first step, and that's going to be to draw over the pencil that I have here, and we're going to start with the 0.3 in the series. When you're drawing with ink, try to make them as precise as you can. even though this is over and tracing over your drawing, make sure that it's precise and it's not, sketchy like. So you're going to want to go as slow as you have to and make them as precise as you can without having any jagged lines. Obviously, if you make a mistake, then you're going to have issues because you're going to see it. Anything you do with ink is going to show, and it's not going to be removable. So just keep that in mind. So as you look here in this this picture, you'll see that this is the old Agumon and that I had earlier with the penciling. We are going to go ahead in the next slide. You'll see that we'll have Agumon slightly inked with part 1. And as you can see, I did the whole drawing with Agumon fully inked with just that 0.3 ink. And so yeah, it should look a lot like this once you get done. Alright guys, so yeah, so we've came this far. We just did, as you can see, the first stage of inking for Agumon, and so from here on out, it's basically just going to be cut and paste, rinse and dry, and just do the same thing over and over with the next piece of inks. Obviously, as you can see from here, I'm going to go from 3 to the next largest, which is 4, and I'm just going to redraw all over it again. I'm not going to have to worry about showing you guys this because you guys understand what I'm showing, but there are some details I have to tell you guys right here, right now. And that's for specific areas on the bodies, you're going to want to make sure whatever pops out, and that so when you redraw over it, there's certain areas you want to leave as smaller line thickening, right? But the closer the body part is to the body from where your eyesight is, the more thicker is going to become, or the more important the body piece is, or whatever you see is in the drawing, the more it's going to be of a thicker line. So, and you'll see that with when I continue drawing, and I'll show you that in my narrations when I throw out these pictures. But for now, before we can do all that, I have to actually do erasing, and since this is all dry, I'm going to go ahead and just erase this right now and show you guys. So I'm going to just start off with this. Usually a lot of people will actually use tape it down before you do the inking processes. If you're doing a professional piece, I would recommend you doing that, but you don't have to all the time. And we do this so you can get a nice clean finish. So let me go ahead and switch over to this now because I don't want to destroy the other thing. And the electric eraser you're going to see me use here real soon too. And that's for specifically large, not large pieces, but small areas I didn't get the other stuff out. Go ahead and take all that out real quick. Okay, I noticed real quick that I didn't do an inking piece here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and re-ink that real quick. I'll show you guys that right here. here. That's all that I didn't ink, luckily. And so that's another reason why you erase everything, so you can see if there's any areas you didn't ink, to go right back over and ink them. Now you're going to see that I'm going to have to go through all this area and check to see which areas need to be redone. This one right here doesn't want to come off, so I have to use more of an intensive eraser to get those marks out. Now, if you think that these are expensive, electric erasers are not that expensive, honestly, guys. You can go to your local store, like Hobby Lobby, I believe, holds them. I don't know if Michael's holds them, but I know that Hobby Lobby holds them. And you can get them for like, $10 or something. I think I got this one for $6, but I think you can get them for like $10 or less. So they're not as expensive as people think they are, but for a really nice clean finish work piece, you're going to want to get an electric eraser just for those little pieces of areas of obviously the lead that you can't get off. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it digitally in order to get it off. So. Alright, for the most part, that's all good. I'll show you guys like this. And it should look something like that. Yeah, and you'll see in my narration again too when I throw this up there. You'll see how clean it looks. But yeah, for now we're gonna go ahead and leave it there, guys. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my 0.4, and you're gonna see slight differences from 0.4 to the other one. And I'll explain that in my narration, guys. So this is what it should look like with Agumon being completely erased. As you can see that I had to in the video go back and re-edit in a piece of the lip. But either way, when the picture's fully erased, it should have a nice clean finish. Now we'll be off to the final steps in drawing Agumon with adding distinct thickening. And I'm not going to go through all the steps. Obviously, as you saw, I did the basic steps, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.8. Now you're going to see me jumping over to the final step. Basically, it's just all the same thing, cut and dry. Whatever pops up closest to you will get a thicker line, or what's more important will get a thicker line. What is farther away will get less, or what is unimportant will get less. Anyways, yeah, as you can see that the lines are a little slightly different and a little bit more popped out and a little bit less popped out in certain areas. I do that specifically on purpose, obviously, like I said in the previous narrations. And there you have it, guys. Anyways, that is Agumon, and hopefully this tutorial on how to Let's Draw episode 6 will help you guys out in learning how to do the process of inking. As you can see, there's a lot of steps in inking. It's a long time. I started working on this particular project at about 10 o'clock this morning, and now it's about 7 o'clock almost, with about a 2-hour break in between. But yeah, and that's just for pretty close to a 15-minute video. But anyways, guys, I'm your host, Josh Shellingworthy. Hit me up, and if you guys got any concerns, questions, yeah, hit me up. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. You guys know who I am. Peace out, guys. Bye.